Is it true that Sun and Saturn are enemies? This video is for select audience who are keen on knowing the truth in this universe. Weightlessness. Do you have to go to outer space to experience weightlessness? Life in this universe and spirituality. Spirituality involves the recognition of a feeling or sense or belief that there is something greater than myself, something more to being human than sensory experience, and that the greater whole of which we are part is cosmic or divine in nature. Spirituality means that our lives have significance in a context beyond a mundane everyday existence at the level of biological needs that drive selfishness and aggression. It means knowing that we are a significant part of a purposeful unfolding of life in our universe. I am K Jagadish, the founder of Enlightened Astro here. I have been repeatedly saying that the zodiac, planets and stars which every astrologer uses for prediction is reverberating a profound, undisputable spiritual message. Unfortunately, astrology is confined inside the square or a diamond shape or even a circle representing the 12 zodiac signs and used only for predicting future of humans. Voluminous books on astrology and Google search are dominated by the hype created by the mundane perspectives, totally ignoring the spiritual message. The result of adopting this version of astrology is only fueling human ambitions, desires, attractions and attachment to this world and tying everyone with a strong chain never to escape, causing immense damage to the future under the guise of predicting future. For example, Sun and Saturn are formidable enemies is the peak of annoyance and spiritual perspective detrimental to the very purpose of the Creator giving us the tools of astrology to predict. Taking shelter under mythological explanations and promoting superstitions will only cause further damage to the society, leading to commercial exploitation. You're welcome to disagree with my views, and I know it is indeed practically difficult to agree despite the zodiac itself being a signatory to this statement. Even if the whole world says that astrology is only for predicting future, truth will prevail for all time to come, and predictions are short-lived. Predictions to the extent of survival is welcome, but not lure people and create hype over future. Here is a very important and critical point about the purpose of astrology. Whether astrology should help people by guiding to face their destiny willingly and smilingly, or add hopes and desires unnecessarily to permanently damage the future in the long run. This is where one should be clear on what the planets stand for from spiritual perspectives more than prediction perspectives. Now we are at the verge of going into the planetary friendship and enmity. Here, Saturn becomes the biggest victim and it has to take all the blame, and it is painted in very bad light. In my well-considered opinion, of course from spiritual perspectives, there is a dire need to stay away from planetary friendship and enmity as commonly interpreted from mundane points of view. Instead of debating over such relationship by placement, conjunction, aspects or otherwise, it is very essential to interpret keeping the nucleus of the doctrine of karma And this is the spiritual message that is embedded in the zodiac. Therefore, the entire subject of astrology is pivoted on the true spiritual message of permanent solution to all problems in life by emancipation, by escaping from endless cycle of birth and death. Whereas the intent of astrologers and the society seem to get more and more attached and attracted to this world, exactly contradicting the very purpose of the zodiac, wherein the Creator's writing on the wall through the zodiac is abundantly clear and explicit. This Saturn and Sun, are they really enemies? It is laughable. And I would like to say, ignorance is bliss. But bliss is not ignorance. Knowledge is bliss. In the absence of holistic understanding of any subject, including astrology, obviously, the conclusions drawn will be erratic and unsustainable. This results in offering confusion instead of clarity. It is always better to be clear than clever. Sun has no enemies nor friends. Sun depicts soul or Atma, a particle of Paramatma, which is ever pristine. It is a moon or mind which has any number of friends and enemies too, contextually. Of course, Venus depicting pleasure of sorts, emotions, attachments, attractions is the greatest enemy of mankind. Mars, the most aggressive planet, the creator and destroyer of events, is ever waiting to trigger anything, including greed. Saturn, also called as the Dharma-Karma-Adhipati, in association with Jupiter, depicting justice, will always do justice. But we feel hurt when we don't get what we want. We do not realize that good things happen for bad reasons and bad things happen for good reasons also. Of course, good or bad is our own perception. Only from this life point of view, since we are unaware of our karmic load and in isolation of the doctrine of karma, we just do not know what is good or bad for us. Our mind is most often deceptive. The Creator is 100% perfect, and his weighing scale accuracy is unimaginable, but yet he is merciful. The Creator does not punish, but he reforms us using Saturn as his executive. Saturn washes off all dirt and garbage accumulated by us due to our own desires, attachments and attractions. Our physical, day-to-day needs are understandable and justified to meet our biological and sensual requirements like food, shelter and clothing to the extent of actual need. But once the needs are satisfied, the greed pops up from nowhere, and the life journey will start retrograding instead of a quantum jump into outer space of the spiritual world. Weightlessness. Do you have to go to outer space to experience weightlessness? Did you know that the planet Saturn, the most dreaded planet, which is treated as a terrorist in astrology, has unique features and characteristics? Of course, this understanding can come from looking at the zodiac with spiritual binoculars. Moon, the fastest moving planet per Earth, is like a vagabond. It keeps on moving from subject to subject, person to person, endless assorted thoughts of ambitions, desires, attractions and attachment in the most selfish manner. Can you imagine that when Moon is controlled by Saturn, there is a strong possibility of implosion of Moon, a sudden compression of mind depicted by Moon, resulting in extraordinary concentration of mind. That is when the spiritual journey begins. Of course, this can happen gradually over a period of time. Oh, now you are almost at the most minimum or near zero gravity of Earth at the level of consciousness, but yet the silver cord is attached to the body. Now you will really experience the feeling of weightlessness of the body. You don't have to spend millions of dollars to be in outer space just for about 7 minutes one time, which is a simulated experience against a natural and logical experience which can be repeated by sitting in meditation on the ground itself. As long as your attention remains concentrated at the third eye or the eye center or the shiv netra, you are sure to be super conscious, experiencing weightlessness or no feeling of the body, like in outer space. Of course, this is a very crude example, but sufficient to convey my words. Is Saturn a dreaded planet? And that too an enemy of Sun? Should he get scared as per parrot-like repetitions of Sadasati and a host of such terminologies often used in astrology? Can anyone avoid the impact of celestial objects and resort to remedies and flood the commercial highways? If there was even 0.05% of truth in these remedies, why should there be suffering in this world? The best remedy is to focus on the problematic areas of life and explore the best the situation would permit, and at the same time work towards implosion of mind by resorting to meditation. If you like this video, please share with others whom you like and subscribe to this knowledge channel. Thanks for watching. Namaste.